Hey, what's good everybody? It's Don the Tab King. Today I have another amazing deck tech for you. Voja, Elfball. Let's get it.
Tab Kings, baby.
So Voja, Jaws of the Conclave. Vigilant Trample, Ward 3. People forget that it has Ward. It's an amazing ability. Whenever Voja, Jaws of the Conclave attacks, put X11 counters on each creature you control, where X is the number of elves you control. Draw a card for each wolf you control. So automatically, every time your commander attacks, it's going to draw a card. However, the base of this deck is elves, so we're going to be pumping up our little mana dorks. They're going to become monsters, and we're going to be just turning them sideways and slapping people in the face.
Him, her, him, bodies!
39 creatures is crazy. I think the only other deck that I have with this many creatures is my Winota deck, which is about 40, 44, something like that. I love creature decks. I feel like that's the way Magic was initially intended to be played, turning creatures sideways and just swinging. The way Armorcraft Judge works, it lets you draw a card for each creature you control with a 1/1 counter. The way the deck is constructed is to emphasize on the 1/1 counters, and you should be drawing a lot of cards when this card enters. Bailiff is a pseudo stacks piece. Basically, when it's on the battlefield and it has 1/1 counters on it, it's basically to gold every creature that your opponents control and force them to attack. Great card, underrated. It shines in this deck. So Dionys, Elvish Archdruid. Elves you control have whenever this creature becomes tapped during your turn, untap it and put a 1/1 counter on it. This ability triggers once each turn, so you basically double dip. I love double utility. Tap your mana dork, bring out another elf, untap that mana dork, and then swing with it. Love the value of this card. This is a great addition to this deck. I felt like it was meant for Elfball. Mana fixing. Old school card, still has value. Lord of the Leaves, all elves gain Forest Walk. We do turn all lands in addition to themselves will be forest, so that becomes relevant. Also, elves cannot be the target of spells or abilities. Love that. Protect your elves and give them evasion. Great card, great value. Elvish Archdruid, double utility. It's an anthem for elves. Also, you can tap for mana. It taps for 1 green for each elf you control. Elvish Champion, I feel like this is a staple in this type of deck. Great value. Elvish Mystic, War Master, elves you control get +2/+2 and gain death touch until end of turn. That's cool. Whenever one or more elves enter the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Bring out more elves. More elves, bring up wide. We're gonna be swinging wide. And we're gonna be swinging tall, alright? So we're gonna pump up all our little mana dorks to include the tokens that we're gonna generate with, especially the Elvish War Master, and then turn them sideways and just body everybody. Every time one or more counters are put on Evolution Witness, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Love it. Recursion from yard to your hand is good. We're not gonna get a lot of effects that white does have some effects to get from the yard to the battlefield, but recasting creatures is going to be easy for us. Most of our creatures are double utility. They either have an anthem ability, a draw ability, a support ability, or a mana ability. So bringing out more creatures is you should never have issues with mana in this deck. Most of your creatures produce mana. At the beginning of your upkeep, for each creature you control that's a wolf or a werewolf, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. This is like Cranko, a slow Cranko, but just for wolves. Each turn, the amount of wolves you have is gonna just double. It's great value. For 6, it's kind of hefty price. I normally don't like running 6 CMC cards. However, in this deck is solid and it's a great addition. The mana dorks help get this card out much faster than turn 6. And this is probably one of the few wolves that is worth running in Voja. Jetmir, just value. It's just a value on a stick. 5/4 for 4 mana. Creatures get Vigilance, Trample, and Double Strike, depending on how many creatures you have. 3, 6, 9, right? Great value in this deck. We definitely rush the board with a lot of elves. We want to give them an extra skill, keywords associated with their high power. The trample is definitely relevant. The double strike, I love that. It's just beating face. Leaf Crown, Anthem, and then draw Land of War Elves, draw Classic. You have to run it. Moonblessed Cleric, great card. It's an elf, so it's fitting. Also, search for All Will Be One, which is an alternative win con in this deck. Reclamation Sage. This is a flex spot. I like it because when it ETBs, it destroys an artifact or enchantment. You don't really need to have it. You can take it out. But I like that ETB effect and just target people's soul rings. That's really good. I think I run another version of this card as well in this deck. Roaming Throne, choose Wolf. So you get double 1/1 counters, double draw triggers. Okay. Selvala and Staff of Domination is straight gas. When they're both on the battlefield, it should be GG's. Basically, you need a creature with at least a power 7 to kind of execute this and net mana. The combo itself, you really need just 5 mana, but basically you need to tap Selvala twice. So you'll tap her once, right? So that's 1 mana. You're gonna tap 3 mana to untap target creature, so Selvala, so that's 4 mana. You're gonna tap 1 mana to untap the staff, that's 5 mana. And then you need 1 more to tap Selvala, which is 6 mana total. Now, if you have a creature with 7 or higher, which is very easy to do with this deck because of all the 1/1 counters you're gonna be putting on your creatures, you get net infinite mana. With infinite mana now, you go back to the Staff of Domination, and then you can draw every card in your deck, gain infinite amount of life, tap creatures, tap all your opponent's creatures, and just swing. If you're able to draw every card in your deck and you have infinite mana, you should win the game. Shalai and Hallar, I think I'm saying that incorrectly, but this card is great. It's an alternative win con. Whenever 1 or more 1/1 counters are put on a creature you control, Shalai and Hallar deals that much damage to target opponent. Couple elves on the battlefield. Whenever any of your creatures actually get 1+1 counter, that's how much damage you're gonna be dealing out to a target opponent. The Red Terror, great, great, great. Whenever a red source you control deals damage to 1 or more permanents and or players, put a 1/1 counter on Terror. So that goes infinite with Shalai. So when this deals damage, put a 1/1 counter on there. When you put a 1/1 counter in here, this is gonna deal damage. Boom, 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 boom. That's it, easy combo. This also combos off with All Will Be One.
It's an evil world we live in.
Tyvar, the Pummeler. I love the art of this. This is probably the only main reason why I put this card in here. Viridian, Joiner, add an amount of green to your mana pool equal to this creature's power. Obviously, with all the 1/1 counters you're gonna be putting on, this is gonna be tapping for a lot of mana. This is the other card, Viridian Shaman. When it ETBs, destroy target artifact. I love those abilities on a body. Walking Ballista belongs in every deck that evolves around 1/1 counters. You don't even need you just need to have 2 1/1 counters on this card to bring it in. And then as you're going through the mechanics of your deck and attacking with your commander, this is gonna get more 1/1 counters on it each turn, and it becomes a literal machine gun. You just go, you know, don't waste all the 1/1 counters. Wait till the next turn, swing again, refill your 1/1 counters, and just re-engage. I love this card in this deck. Walking Ballista is a beast. Destroying creatures here, left and right, or even if you need to, if they target it to remove it, remove all the counters, and just smack them in the face with it. Sorceries is straightforward. We have a tutor, we have another tutor, and then we have a board wipe. This is probably my favorite board wipe out of all board wipes. Overload it and exile all your opponent's creatures. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Instance, a lot of a couple searching. So indestructible, search, indestructible, hexproof, draw, indestructible, exile. This gives you double utility, double tap into wolf and elf triggers with your commander. Removal, protection, same thing. Double dip into wolf and elf triggers with your commander. Masswood Nexus, this is a Masswood Nexus deck. It's probably the best deck to have it in because your commander will trigger for both. You'll get the 1/1 counters and and draw a card for each creature you have when this is on the battlefield. So So it lets you double dip easily. Soul Ring, staple, Staff of Domination, I already went over it. The One Ring, self-explanatory. We need more cards, equals more ammunition, more bodies. All will be one. I explained that already. It's an alternative win con. And he joins up. It's a removal. It's gonna hit something for 5 damage. Also, it doubles the triggers of your commander. If a trigger ability of a legendary creature you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Love that. We want that. We want double 1/1 counters, and we want to draw more cards. Aura Shards, that's an asshole card that I love to play in any deck that I could. Concordant Crossroads, haste. Fires of Yavimaya, haste. Mass Hysteria, haste. So another alternative win con. I'm just gonna skip to the end of this card. Then you win the game if you control a creature with power 20 or greater during your upkeep. You should definitely have multiple creatures with power 20 or greater. So this is a great card, great addition for this deck. I love alternative win cons. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I love beats, but I'm gonna have different ways. At least you need to have a goal to aim for in your deck, right? You just can't, the goal can't just be each turn play one creature and then turn it sideways. Like that's cool for very extreme casual battle cruiser type style, but you need to have a goal to search for and aim for in your deck. So I like to add pieces that kind of get me to that win state a lot faster. And this is one. Although it's slow, it stays on the board for a full turn rotation. However, if it comes back to my turn and I have a creature of 20 power or more, which is gonna happen, then I win the game. Rhythm of the Wild, good. Haste, draw. Lands. I guess the big boys, Cavern of Souls, pick wolves. We need our commander. This is a commander-centric deck, so you need your commander to hit the battlefield. Once it's on the battlefield, the Ward 3 carries the rest of the weight. So, but we need to make sure that it doesn't get countered. So this is the way we do that in Naya. Most of the lands are gonna be kind of straightforward. Jet Mirror gives you all 3 colors, tapped. Gives Cradle. Okay, if you don't have that one, just draw a Forest. It's not the equivalent, but I know this card is very expensive. Or proxy it. You know, I'm pro proxy. All the cards that I have in my deck aren't proxy. I don't proxy, but I don't mind playing against someone that has proxy. I'm not trying to play people's wallets. Just run what you got. Mana, okay. I don't have all 3 dual lands. Your boy's running out of dual lands. So some decks have them. Sometimes I have to take it out of one deck to place it in another deck just to run it a few times. It is what it is. Resources are limited. So if you like 1/1 counters, this deck is for you. If you like alternative win cons, this deck is for you. If you like playing with a lot of creatures, this deck is definitely for you. And if you love elves, this deck is yours. Like this is the deck you need to create. If you like this video, if you like my channel, like, subscribe. If you haven't already, hit the notification button. And like always, God bless.